Hello friends, welcome to jQuery UI video tutorials series. In the previous video tutorials, we created a folder with the name jQuery UI demos. I double click to open it. Inside jQuery UI demos folder, we created one more folder with the name jQuery-UI. I double click to open it. Inside jQuery-UI folder, we pasted the necessary jQuery UI library files and folders. I go back. In the previous video tutorials, we understood how to create various jQuery UI widgets. And from the past few video tutorials, we are trying to understand how to apply various jQuery UI animation effects to HTML elements. In this video tutorial, I would like to discuss jQuery UI puff effect. We understand how to apply jQuery UI puff animation effect to an HTML element, guys. Puff effect hides or shows an HTML element while scaling it. Puff effect hides an HTML element or shows an HTML element by scaling it, guys. Puff effect comes with two options. First one is % and the second one is mode. % indicates from 100% scale to the percentage scale an HTML element must be scaled. 100% indicates the normal scale, guys. That means % indicates from normal scale to the percentage scale an HTML element must be scaled. Default value of % is 150, guys, 150%. Mode indicates whether to hide or show an HTML element. Default value is hide. What happens when you apply puff effect to an HTML element by default? By default, what happens is the HTML element is going to scale from 100% to 150% and then it disappears, guys. Let's have a demo and understand. To understand how to apply jQuery UI puff animation effect to an HTML element, first we create a new HTML document with basic HTML document structure code. You can see that I have already written the basic HTML document structure code. I'm going to copy this code, Ctrl C to copy, and then I search for the notepad. You can see that the notepad is open. I paste that code here and then I save this file. I say file, save as. I save the file inside jQuery UI demos folder with the name puff-effect.html. Both sides I put double quotations and say save. I minimize it. You can see that puff-effect.html page is created. I right click on it, say open with the Google Chrome. You can see that puff-effect.html page is open in the Chrome and title is set to jQuery UI puff effect. Title is set to jQuery UI puff effect. After creating the HTML document, we link the necessary jQuery UI library files to the HTML document which are available inside jQuery-UI folder. I'm going to select this code. I say Ctrl C to copy and then I go to the head section and paste it. You can see that we are linking to jQuery-UI.min.css file, jQuery-UI.min.js file and jQuery.js file which are available inside jQuery-UI folder. I minimize it. Here we have jQuery-UI folder. I open it. Inside jQuery-UI folder, we have jQuery-UI.min.css file. We are linking to that file here, jQuery-UI.min.css. Then we have jQuery-UI.min.js file. We are linking that file here, jQuery-UI.min.js. And then in the external folder, we have jQuery folder. In the jQuery folder, we have jQuery.javascript file. We are linking that file also here, jQuery.js. Okay, after linking the necessary jQuery UI library files to the HTML document, we create HTML element, guys. Here I have a paragraph. I'm going to copy this code, Ctrl C to copy, and then I go to body section and paste it, guys. To identify this paragraph uniquely in the page, I'm setting the ID attribute value to first p. ID equal to first p. I say file, save, go to browser and refresh. You can see that the paragraph is displayed. Now I want to apply jQuery UI puff animation effect to this paragraph, to this HTML element. So what we do, guys? We select the HTML element using jQuery selector and then we call the jQuery UI effect function on it. What we do first? We select the HTML element using jQuery selector, guys. Remember that jQuery and jQuery UI are JavaScript libraries. So to embed jQuery or jQuery UI code inside our HTML document, we take help of the script tag. So what I do here, below this paragraph, I say opening script tag and then I say closing script tag. Here I say type is equal to text or JavaScript. Inside the script tag, I call the jQuery function. Dollar indicates jQuery, guys. We are calling the jQuery function. To the jQuery function, I give value hash first p as string. I am telling to the jQuery that select an HTML element whose ID attribute value is set to first p. Here hash indicates ID attribute value, guys. I am telling to the jQuery function to select an HTML element whose ID attribute value is set to first p. This HTML element ID attribute value is set to first p. So this code selects this paragraph, guys. So this is actually jQuery ID selector, guys. Okay. After selecting the HTML element, we call jQueryUI effect function on it. On the selected HTML element, we call the effect function, guys. In the previous video tutorials, we understood the effect function or effect method. We know that jQueryUI effect function is used to apply a named animation effect to the selected HTML element or elements. We also know that the first parameter of the effect function is effect name. Effect name is of type string. It indicates which effect we want to apply to the selected HTML element or elements. As we want to apply the puff animation effect, here I pass the first parameter puff as a string. Check out what happens if I say file, save, go to browser and refresh. You can see that our paragraph is scaling to 150% and then it is disappearing, right? Yes, and the animation effect is getting played so fast also. We can control the animation effect also. I told you that in the previous video tutorials, we can control the animation effect using the next parameter, that is options. Options is of type object, guys. Options is of type object. So here I say comma, I say pair of flower brackets. We know that pair of flower brackets indicate object in JavaScript. So I'm writing here pair of flower brackets. Okay. Options indicate settings used to control the effect, guys. Options are actually settings used to control the effect. I told you that every effect comes with its own options. Puff effect comes with two options. They are percent and mode, right? So what I do here, I say here percent colon. Then I say here 50. That means what should happen now? Now our paragraph should scale down to 50% and then it gets disappear, guys. If I say file, save, go to browser and refresh, from 100% it scales down to 50% and then disappears. Here the animation effect is getting played so fast. We can control the speed of animation effect using the third parameter, that is duration, guys. Duration is used to control the speed of animation effect. To the duration, we can give value in milliseconds. Okay. So what I do here, I say comma, I say 4000 milliseconds. That means 1000 milliseconds equal to 1 second, 2000 milliseconds equal to 2 seconds, 3000 milliseconds equal to 3 seconds, 4000 milliseconds equal to 4 seconds. That means to complete this animation effect, it takes 4 seconds, guys. That means now the animation plays slowly. You can clearly see our paragraph is going to scale down from 100% scale to 50% scale and then disappears. I say file, save, go to browser and refresh. You see it is slowly scaling down and when it reaches to 50% scale, it disappears, right? That's how the animation effect works. The puff animation effect works, guys. Understanding? See? Now let's say here I say 1000 milliseconds. That means 1 second. Now the animation effect plays faster. I say file, save, go to browser and refresh. See? Right? So using the percent option, you can control to what percentage scale an HTML element should be scaled and then it disappears. Understanding? Okay. Next what I want is, after completing this animation effect, okay, once the paragraph is going to get disappear, I want it to show again back. Okay. So we take help of the next parameter, that is complete, guys. Okay. Complete indicates which function to be called once the animation is completed. Complete indicates which function to be called once the animation effect is completed. So what I do here, I say comma, I'm going to create one anonymous function here. Okay, anonymous function. What is anonymous function? A function without name is called anonymous function in JavaScript. So what happens here, after 1 second, that means once the puff animation effect is completed, once this paragraph is disappeared, this function is called, guys. What I want is, I want to select the same paragraph, I want to apply the same puff effect, okay, and from 50% scale, it should scale back, it should scale up back to 100%, and then it should show, guys. Okay, so what I do, I copy this code from here to here, and then I paste here. Okay, now instead of hiding, by default it is hiding, right? Instead of hiding, it should show now. So what I do, I say comma, I take help of the mode option, and I set the value show. I set the value show. What happens? First, from 100%, it scales down to 50%, right? And then it disappears. After that, what happens? This function is called. So the same paragraph is going to scale up from 50% to 100%. Okay, and then it is shown. You will see, if I say file, save, go to browser and refresh, it scales down and disappears, and scales up and appears. That's how the puff effect works, guys. Scales down and scale up. So that is how the puff effect works. I hope you guys have clearly understood. I suggest you people to watch this video again and again and try this yourself, guys. If you try the code yourself, you understand still more clearly. Experiment more, change the values and see what happens. Okay, that's it, guys, for this video tutorial. If you like this video, hit the like button and share with your friends so that everyone will get benefited. For more benefits and be up to date, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Keep learning, keep coding, keep sharing. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.